Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 1st to the 15th, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. Now before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body, like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace. All right. Virgo, September 1st to the 15th, 2020, Virgo. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading, show me clearly. Fantastic. Now before we turn these over, let's see what your karmic energy is for this time. Well, your chakra energy. And yeah, since Spirit did have me say karmic, it is going to be linked to your karmic past and your future, as well as your present. Virgo, September 1st to the 15th, 2020, Virgo. September 1st to the 15th, 2020, Virgo. September 1st to the 15th, 2020, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And one more. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we start here with determination. Now this is the solar plexus chakra, and you are determined to move forward, to move up that stream to exactly where it is that you want to be and what it is that you desire. Emotionally, you are coming against some resistance, and you are going to feel, Virgo, kind of like, why can't it just be easy? Why can't things just be easy? They're easy for everybody else. Why do they have to be so hard? Why do they have to be so intense for me? And what you're going to see here is that you're going to kind of become privy to other people's struggles, other people's hardships and pains and disappointments. And you're also going to be looking at things and realizing that the challenge is what makes it. And I know that sounds silly because we would love to have things be really easy. But have you ever noticed the things that are really easy are usually the things that we don't value as much? This is well earned, and this is well fought for. So it really does embolden you, move you forward, and let you embrace your destiny. It does, because this is where you want to be. And then we move to the throat chakra, listening. So much of our life we spend talking, and we tend to forget that the throat chakra also talks to us about listening. Listening to ourselves, our bodies, our minds, our spirits, listening to the people around us. If you ever notice, especially nowadays, we are so busy. We are so always on our devices, always doing 500,000 different things at once. It's kind of like, listen, just be tuned in. And as you tune in, and as you hear not just what a person is saying, but the undertone of it all, you're going to find that you know so much more than you thought you did. And you're going to find that you see so much more because you are truly listening. You are truly taking in the world around you. And with that determination, that's going to really help you move forward in your determined dedication, in the place that you want to be and how you want to be, body, mind, and spirit. This then leads you to creativity. Now, this is the Sacral Chakra, which I expected to show up because Spirit did have me say, karmic when dealing with your chakras. So the Sacral Chakra deals with a lot of negativity from this life and from past lives. So as you are moving forward, as you are embracing what you want, you're following your gut here, you're listening to the world around you, here's your creativity coming forward. Here is a creation, a splendor, a beauty, really embracing you, guiding you, leading you towards more. And as you are embracing this, as you are being guided by this, you are looking at yourself in your life with so much more splendor, with just a bit of magic coming in. And if you believe in conjuring magic, then of course it can be that. But it is also just the magic of existence, the magic of life and beauty and truth, and your connection with the God's head that lives within you, the fact that stardust runs through our veins, which sounds like a fairy tale, but is actually true. And so here, as you embrace your creativity, you embrace your knowledge, your understanding in yourself, and you embrace where you need to be, body, mind, and spirit. And so as you do this, you're going to find that you break the chains that have held you back. You let this creative force run through you. This creative force can also be very potent sexual energy. So just be mindful of that during this time. And then this leads you to grounding. This is the Earth Star Chakra located 6 inches below your feet. This is you grounded. This is you stabilized, secure. This is you looking at your roots. What are your roots? What are the core things about you, Virgo, that you will not change for anybody? Or that you have changed for people, when you were younger or in the past, or even now, and you sit there and you go, oh, it just doesn't feel right. I feel like I lost me because I did this. And this is what we're seeing here. With the Earth Star Chakra, it is your roots, it is your connection to the earth, it is your connection to what you are growing and how you are growing as an individual. And as you are embracing this, you are embracing a truth that is really quite splendid. Now, in the tarot, we have on the left-hand side your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. And the right-hand side is your public self. So let's see what they have to say. We have the Fool. I love it. Justice, a Libra energy, a time frame of September 23rd to October 22nd. We have the Hierophant. Oh, goodness. This is Taurus energy. April 20th to May 20th is the time frame. And then we have the Death card, Death and Rebirth, here in the Light Seekers Tarot. And this is Scorpio energy. So you have, and why I said, oh goodness, is because you have all major arcana cards. And yes, major arcana cards are spectacular. They're the heavy hitters, but they're the heavy hitters. This is intense. This is powerful. This is dedication in self. This is so much more. So yes, you're dealing with the world at large, which sometimes is, just enough. But you're also dealing with an intensity of self. This can make you feel almost as if you're not doing enough. Have you ever been moving along and been really great, really, happy and positive, and then all of a sudden, like an ennui just hits you, just this sense of worry, of doubt, of fear, of sorrow, of, am I doing enough in my life? Am I moving forward the right way? That's this. And I laugh because I myself have been going through this now. And so here, I'm like, oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this is here, but it's powerful and it's beautiful. And it really does bring you to a place that lets you shine through. But it's intense So just be mindful of this during this time. Like, people will kind of grate on your nerves and you'll think, were you always this annoying? Like, seriously, were you always this annoying? And why do I put up with this? And know that it's just your heart and your eyes right now, just a bit more sensitive. So yeah, just be mindful. Be mindful of that. And then we have the King of Swords, air sign energy when it comes to your heart. So your heart and your mind coming together, which is absolutely beautiful. Air sign energy is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Then we have the Devil card, right? Capricorn energy, again, heavy hitters with the Major Arcana. You have Major Arcana and a Court card here, so again, intense. Then we have the Strength card, which is a Leo energy. Now, Capricorn energy is a time frame December 22nd to January 19th. Leo is a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. And then you have the Page of Wands. So the heart is also heavy hitters, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right here. The heart is also a heavy hitter because of the Court cards and the Major Arcana cards that are here. So there's nothing, Spirit is saying, there's nothing calmly lyrical about this time. It is very intense. And that can, yeah, that's going to be, well, intense. And then, of course, we have the Chariot. Again, another Major Arcana card. This is Cancer energy, a time frame of June 21st to July 22nd. We have the Emperor, which is Aries energy, March 21st to April 19th. We have the Magician, all right? And we have the Hangman. This is crazy. Virgo, this is crazy. And you guys can handle it. You most definitely can. But this is going to be one of those kind of like buckle your seatbelts times, like lock and load and be ready for takeoff, because this is intense. This is powerful. This is truthful. This isn't just emotionally intense. You know, this isn't like everything comes together and realizations and everything like that. This is, you know, the universe right now is not playing. They want you to see a greater truth, a greater power. They want you to move forward in a purpose and in a direction. And they're taking off the gloves. And it's like, here you go. This is a journey that you are starting. This is a journey that you might not feel ready for, but Spirit says you are. So good luck to you. And yeah. And so here, that is the energy around this reading. Wow. Okay. So let's see the people that will aid you during this time. Who are the people who will aid Virgo? September 1st to the 15th, 2020. Who are the people who will aid Virgo? September 1st to the 15th, 2020. Who are the people who will aid Virgo? September 1st to the 15th, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic, these four. All right. So we have the Princess of Cups. This is somebody who is astoundingly sweet. They just bring a smile to your face. This is a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or somebody who has a water sign energy heart to them. They're kind, they're sweet, they're caring. They have a quote-unquote feminine energy around them. The cards do not care if this person is feminine or not, you know, is a female or not. This is the energy that they give off. It could be a really sweet little boy, like, you know, just somebody who, with big eyes and a beautiful smile. Like, that is this person. It's just like they have this way of offering things. Like, they have this way of saying, like, you know, here, and giving a gift. It could be, you know, if this is a little kid, it could be like a rock, but they think it is the most beautiful thing in the whole entire world they had ever seen, and they love it so much they're going to share it with you. That's the type of energy of this person. Now, these people, you don't have to know them. These can be people who really inspire you, that you know, you see their work, you read their work, you know, but they come into your life one way or another. And so with the Princess of Cups, there's a sweetness, there's a gentleness, and there's a healing to her touch. Yeah. And then we have here the Princess of Pentacles. Again, a sweetness to her. A looking at what she is creating, the way that she is moving forward. Again, this is quote-unquote feminine energy. So however you identify yourself, or however this person identifies themselves, is the energy around them during this time is going to be very feminine. And this is somebody who is looking at ways to increase their wealth, who helps you find ways to increase your wealth. But it's it's not as if they are only focused on money. It's kind of like they're looking at the seeds to plant, to grow, and to become so much more, and to live in greater prosperity. This person is not as sweet as the Princess of Cups. There's just this absolute sweetness that just washed over me when I saw the Princess of Cups. The Princess of Pentacles is going to be a little bit harder to know because she is kind of in her own mind, just a little bit, really focusing on the task at hand. But somebody who has this deep desire, this deep understanding for the truth that she is creating. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is of course somebody who you resonate with very, very well. It can be a fellow Virgo. You guys have kind of the same way of seeing things. This is, again, very quote-unquote feminine energy around you. This is passion and creation. This is truth and understanding and nurturing the seeds that are planted, nurturing the way that you're moving forward. And you're going to find that this person sees the bigger picture, sees the way things are connected in a way that you yourself would kind of overlook at this time. So that's going to be really quite beautiful. They're seeing the connections, they're looking at the bigger picture, and this could be a podcast that you're listening to, or, you know, a book that you're reading, or a TV show that you're watching, and you sit there and you're like, wow, I never thought of it being formed like that. I never thought of being inspired that way. But this is somebody who really does give you a new outlook, a new way to see things, and really does resonate with you quite deeply and quite truly. And then we have the Death card. So you have Scorpio here, you have Scorpio here. This is somebody who's rather secretive, okay? This is somebody who doesn't usually share their ideas and doesn't really feel the need to. It's not that they sit there and don't trust people. Their energy doesn't usually jive really well with other people's. It's not in a bad way. It's kind of like they're much more introverted. They like to kind of work things out in their own head. And Virgo, actually, I'm seeing very much of the hermit in this person. So that's very interesting here. And that's going to be a way that you really connect with them, because they're going to be looking deeper. They're going to have a shyness to them. They're going to have this kind of caring. But again, Scorpio gives. And then once they see that what they are giving is never going to manifest into what they want, or is never going to be respected, which is very big with them, they leave. And they come to that conclusion, and they can come to that conclusion over the smallest things, but it makes the biggest impact. And so this is going to be a person who you'll sit there sometimes and be like, wow, why did they react this way to that? Or that's such an interesting way that they saw that connection. And that's because they can see kind of behind the veil. Scorpios can see behind the veil pretty well, especially if they're positive Scorpios. They can see behind the veil excellently. And they just sit there and know, this is not my time to waste. You know, this I don't want to. And they're creating, they're cultivating, they're guiding. They're also great equalizers. You know, they kind of make everything, they lay everything out in a way that lets you see a bigger picture, that lets you see, you know, not the fact that it feels like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so far behind everybody else. It's like, wow, you know, the playing field has been evened, has been leveled out. Yeah. You're beginning a journey. And my gosh, what a journey are you on? This is the Fool card. You know, this is the start. This is number 1 in the major arcana. Well, this is number 0. In the major arcana, you have number 1 over here with the Magician. But here, this is seeing something more. This is embracing a freedom. This is wanting a freedom. This is wanting change within your life. This is powerful. This is truthful. And this is what your soul is craving. And this is an expanse of yourself and an embrace of yourself in a way that really is quite beautiful. What you are looking at here is you're looking to be the hero of your story. And you might be saying, Dane, I am the hero of my story. Well, you're becoming even more hero-y, you know? You're looking at things so much more truthfully, so much more bountifully. You are also seeing here, Virgo, that you need to leap. It's kind of like leap and you will find. Embrace and you will see. So here, as you are moving forward, you're taking a leap of faith on yourself, on what you desire, on where you want to be in life, and who you want to be. And as you do this, you see something so much more clearly. You see things so much more concisely. And that is going to be a really great thing for you during this time. You're also going to find that people oppose the journey that you're on, or question it, like sit there and say, really, seriously, this is what you want to do with your life, this is where you're moving forward, or this is your line in the sand. And you're going to sit there and say, yes, it is. Because there's a truth to you, and there is a power to you that you are embracing. And there is something that you see, Virgo. And there's something here very much about, and I'm surprised that the High Priestess hasn't shown up. There's something here that's very powerfully connected to you seeing behind the veil, seeing behind what people want you to see or what people think you should see. And you see behind the masks, and you see the truth, and you see your powerful connection and your beautiful understanding. And this leads you to justice. This leads you to something more. This leads you to a balancing of the scales. This also leads you to being just to yourself, Virgo, because you'll have a tendency, and you have a tendency, to sit there and say, you know what, I'll sacrifice myself for everybody else. I will put myself on the back burner. I will look at things, in their point of view, and I'll forget about me. And the Justice card, this Libra energy that comes in, is like, no, you have to remember you. You have to balance the scales. And the scales can be balanced. Now, for some of you, Virgos, Spirit just said, there's a selfishness either within that you've been dealing with or externally that you've been dealing with. And it can be against somebody else, or it can be the self being unyielding in something. And it's like compromise. I used to always say this when I was little. Compromise is just two people losing. And that's going to be kind of what you feel here with justice coming in. It's like, we both lose. Like, thank you so much. And it gets, yeah, it gets you choked up. It gets you upset. And here, as you move forward in passionate power, as you move forward in justice and in truth and in balance, you're going to start to see that maybe things weren't as skewed as they feel or they felt. And this could be going over something where, in the past you were wronged. There wasn't justice. There was hurt, there was pain, there was disappointment, there was, devastation. And now you're going to start to see that justice is coming and that justice is leading you forward. And it's going to be quite intense. You're going to see things very differently than before. And it's, as you start this journey, it's kind of like, wow, I have this way that I can move forward. I have this that I can bring into my life. And I never saw it that way. It's a very liberating feeling. And it leads you, I love this Hierophant. He is so happy. It leads you to this joy, this jubilation, this expanse of understanding. And this Taurian energy, there's a bit of stubbornness here, most definitely. But there's a grounding, there's a truth. And Virgo, you yourself are an earth sign energy, so you're not, you're not shy to stubbornness at all. And so here, there is this sense of embracing your roots, just like the grounding in the Earth Star Chakra said. You are embracing your roots. You are seeing who you truly are. You're seeing what you truly want. You're seeing what you are creating and desiring and moving forward with. And as you do so, you see you. As you do so, you embrace what you want from life, you embrace where you're going, and you embrace a deeper understanding than before. This is also saying you have to stay true to yourself. There's also a sense of connecting with something very powerfully and very honestly. The Hierophant is the major arcana marriage card. So there can be a connection coming forward in justice through a bad breakup to a good relationship, all right? But there is also this sense here of seeing things more honestly for yourself and being married to something, being married to what you are creating, being married to these ideas, just like this strong bonded connection within your soul, within your spirit. And it leads you to the dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. It leads you to seeing things so much more clearly. And it leads things to being leveled. It leads things to being kind of made more fair, all right? Made more intense, made more truthful. And as you are seeing this, okay, you are again seeing behind the veil of things. You are again you're getting glimpses. And this is going to be something that can be, so be mindful, Virgo, it can be very upsetting to some of you to get these glimpses from behind the veil, because the veil is the spiritual world. It's into the spiritual world. And it has an intensity to it that can be that can upset us, that can bring up, things that have held us back, karmic debts, hurts, pains, scars from childhood and as we've grown that have shaped us, yes, but also have marked us in a way that makes us question, how am I moving forward? Where is it that I want to be? And with the Scorpio energy, there is a sense of balance coming. There is the sense of an equalizing and a leveling of what you truly desire. And there's going to be some sort of revelations that come forward. There are going to be some sort of things that you see and you're like, oh, that's what it meant. Like, that's what it was. There's a sweetness here also with the Death card and the Princess of Cups. There can be something very sweet about this Scorpio energy, or about the way the tides shift, okay? About the truth that is seen and about the evolution that is understood. And it brings you to the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords here crowns the heart. So the mind crowns the heart. So your heart and your mind are going to need to be connected, especially with so many major arcana cards here. I mean, things can get super intense super quickly. I mean, you have all major arcana cards in the public arena. You have all major arcana cards in your internal self. And your heart has court cards and major arcana cards in it. So there is just, it's like, it's intense and it doesn't stop being intense. So here, you have the warrior king, all right? You need to stand in your truth, stand your ground, not be swayed by others, all right? Also taking in the knowledge of other people. So that's very interesting because Spirit's like, don't be swayed by other people, but also take in the knowledge, know your truth, know what you desire. And as you do this, you are going to see that new pathways open up for you. You are also going to see that you stand very firm and you stand very true to what it is that you want and where it is that you're heading in your life. And you're not, oh, that's interesting. You're not going to be swayed by other people anymore. You're just not. It's like, I see this, I understand it, and I guard it. Your heart and your mind are talking. Why? Because we are emotional beings. And as emotional beings, we need to connect with our hearts. We just need to. If we forget the emotion of it, we forget so much of why we're here. But we also need the logic of it too. And the heart and the mind need to have conversations. And sometimes it is like having a conversation with two people having a conversation that speak different languages. And it can feel that frustrating. It's like, oh my gosh, how do I communicate? How do I translate this? And a smartphone, just can't do it for you. There needs to be this open connection with emotion. But then there needs to be this logical connection with everything that you have gathered. Because the mind holds all the knowledge that you have gathered throughout your life. It just does. It holds it in the recesses of our minds. And so here, with the King of Swords, there's that connection coming forward. There's that sense of the emotional reaction to things and the way that our emotions guide us, but also the way that our minds have categorized what this look means, what this feeling means, what this hurt means. And that the fact that we bring this to the table. We don't just bring pure emotion or pure understanding. We bring everything that it has ever meant to us. And so there are things that you are sifting through here when it comes to your heart, when it comes to what you want from life, when it comes to how you are moving forward. And it's going to surprise you, Virgo, the things that come up. But you are a warrior during this time. You're a warrior of your heart, of your truth, of your love, of your understanding. And it leads you to greater wisdom. It leads you also to being a little sharp. Sometimes you can be just a little bit blunt, which isn't bad, but can kind of be off-putting to other people because they'll sit there and be like, well, where the heck is that coming from? You're also going to want people to speak plainly. You're going to sit there and think, okay, listen, yes, I understand you're wrapping it all up in a nice little bow. Just give me the facts. Speak plainly, speak truthfully. That's what I want from this time. And that's really what's going to be guiding you with people. It's kind of like, yes, you might be afraid if it hurts my feelings, but speak truthfully to me. Because I would rather know the truth than be lied to. And if the person, has no tact, then, that's on them. Because they shouldn't be cruel. But you need them to be honest. And you need yourself also to be honest with your heart. It's kind of like, well, this frightens me because, and it can go back to your childhood. It can go back to, I'm seeing love in the expanse of love here. It could go back to a relationship where the person had their own issues, and they really did. And they took it out on you. They made you feel less than. They made you feel, as if you should be thankful for them to come into your life, and not that this is a shared blessing. And so that's something to be very mindful of here, because that can be a pattern that is very easy to fall back into. And it can permeate everything in your life. When somebody makes you feel as if you should be thankful for being just a respected human being, or being treated moderately well, not even as a respected human being, moderately well, okay, that leaves scars. And it translates into our work, it translates into our relationships, it translates into everything that we do, our art, our creating, our sense of self. And so you are really shattering that here. You are. You have the Devil card calling you forward, and the Devil card is saying, look at all the addictions, look at all the ways that you have swallowed your voice and relinquished your rights. And now it's time to claim them back. Yes, life is chaos and nothing is perfect, but life isn't supposed to make you feel hopeless. And I want to amend this, because there are times in our lives where we feel hopeless, where life just becomes too intense, too real, too much, and it hurts. This is a time, it's so interesting, because Spirit is saying it's like, this is a time to knock it down. This is a time to embrace chaos. But Virgo, you're not a chaos person, okay? You're a person of order. And even a chaos person, it's like, just to simply embrace chaos is not going to be good. I just keep on seeing, I forget their names, but Bacchus's followers, who just would embrace revelry and drunkenness and partying and everything like that. And it never ended well. And so here it's like, don't go down that path. And so much of our world goes down that path of just oblivion, that path of escape. Life is hard, life is cruel, life is real, and it's too much. So we want to escape it. And I almost see the Devil sitting here and saying, it's okay, I have your hand. And I know you're going to sit there and think, well, Dane, it's the Devil. You don't want to take the Devil's hand. But you kind of do. You kind of do. Because here, it's like, yes, you're being tempted. Yes, he's holding out his hand to you. But here, it's the puppeteer. Here, it's like, if you let the Devil guide you, and if you sit there and say, okay, you know what, you really do have the wheel, life becomes doubt, and life becomes fear, and life becomes disappointment. But if you sit there, and you look at the darkness, and you look at it in a way, it's kind of like looking at Jung's shadow self, right? The horrificness of humanity. And we all want to sit there and say, oh, but I'd be the good guy in the story. I'd be the hero. And the probability of that is so very slim. All right? And that's not a nice pill to swallow. It's just not, like, nobody wants to hear that. But with the Devil, it's sitting there and it's taking the Devil's hand. It's kind of like staring it down and saying, no. You're the chaos, you're the temptation. You're the cruelty in the world that we give a face to. Right? Because you're the chaos of human nature. The Devil is a corruption and is a corruption of the earth gods in paganism before Christianity took over. And they were neither good nor bad. They simply did not care. They just simply were. And that's what you're seeing here. It is. And there is a darkness in the world. There always will be. Because if you don't, you need shadows when you have light. You just do. And here, there is a power to you. There's a truth to you. As you release the strings that held you, and the strings that hold you to what society wants, to what other people want, it's like, no, I'm done. I'm done. It leads you to strength. Okay? A Leo energy, a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. It leads you to a strength of self, to magic, to a transformation, to power, to truth. This is somebody, now this could be somebody within your life, yes, but this is knowing that brute force strength, throwing a hissy fit. It's kind of like being like a 5-year-old, right? Or even a 1-year-old where you just scream. They just scream with their anger and their everything, and they throw fits. And you sit there and you look at them and you're like, me too. Like, I would like to be screaming on the floor right now too, because it gets to be too much. This is seeing, and this is knowing, because you've had people like this in your life, Virgo. This is knowing that that's not strength. That's tremendous weakness. True strength is kindness, compassion. True strength is love and understanding. True strength is treating people with dignity and respect. And that's what you're seeing here with the Strength card. And that's what you're calling on within your heart. You have the heart hanging here. You have the lamb right here, the lion and the lamb, the force and the kindness. It makes up infinity. It makes up our world. And you are seeing your passionate power. You're seeing a truth. And as you do so, and as you embrace your strength, and you see, Virgo, that you're a heck of a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for, it leads you to the Page of Wands. It leads you to a celebration. It leads you to being a student of your ideas and what you want and how you want to move forward and where it is that you need to be. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is your energy of passion and creation. This is the reason you get out of bed in the morning, and for your heart, you're gathering up knowledge. You are becoming a student of what makes you happy, what makes you smile, what brings joy and bliss into your life, and it leads you to the Chariot. It leads you to Cancer energy. And the Chariot is movement forward. The Chariot is determination. The Chariot is saying, you cannot stop me, and you cannot hold me back from what I love. And as you move forward, you move in truth. Cancer energy can often be seen by people, by outsiders, as weak, because they are so loving, they are so caring, they are so nurturing. And so people are going to see your loving, caring, compassion as weakness. And boy, are they going to judge things wrong. Because you are moving towards something powerful and truthful. And I'm just going to take a sip of water before I start to choke. So give me one moment, guys. I do apologize. Oh, much better. Yeah, this is it. I mean, this is saying here, you start the fool's journey, right? You are the king of your truth. You're sitting there, you're knowing your mind. There is power to you, all right? There is reasoning, there is understanding, and nothing and no one will get in the way of what you love. It's just going to be a fact. Nothing and no one will get in the way of what you love. And as you move forward, there is a sense here of taking risks. Okay, not tremendous risks, not like, oh my gosh, you know, this is scary type of thing. But it's saying, I need to move forward in my loving truth, in my honest kindness. I need to move forward with understanding my heart and letting my heart guide me in a way that might seem overwhelming or might seem, foolish, but isn't. And as I embrace this, I move forward as a king, as an emperor. The emperor resonates with all 4 of the king cards. He is the king of knowledge. He is the king of passion. He is the king of stability and security and understanding. And he is the king of love. And so here, when I see the emperor, and as he embodies all these things, I see David from the Old Testament, from the Torah. And David is such a beautiful shift in human consciousness, right? Because if you look at, let's say, Greek gods or Roman gods, because Romans just said, good job, Greeks, and took their gods. If you look at them, they're astoundingly human, astoundingly petty, okay? They curse people for jealous reasons. They play cruel tricks on people, and they test people all the time. And then you look, let's say, to a shift in human consciousness to Christianity, where you have God made flesh that died for everyone. that said, I love you so much, I will die for you, and I will not, play tricks on you or anything like that. And in the middle, you have King David. King David was a man. He was a man. He made mistakes. He made some really big ones that got people killed out of jealousness, out of pettiness. And then he said, oh my gosh, what have I done? And he sought redemption. And that is so relatable and so powerful. And he connected himself with divinity and said, how do I move forward? Where is it that I need to be? And that is what you're seeing here. And the emperor does not waver in his steps, does not sit there and doubt his truth. He moves forward in it. And that is what you're doing. It's like, okay, I might have gotten off path. I might have really screwed up. But I am not above redemption. I'm not, off at sea with no help. Divinity guides you. Divinity is part of you. And divinity is with you here. And as you are embracing this, and as you see this, now do note, you can also have an Aries energy that has been in your life, or a person who embraces an Aries energy, who is like Nero, who played his fiddle as Rome burned. Okay? Who didn't seek redemption, who didn't seek, connection, just sought what they wanted. And that's Spirit saying, make it clear, that's always the temptation of the Emperor. The Emperor is power. And what we do with that power is up to our natures and up to what we want from life. And it leads us to the Magician. The Magician is magic. The Magician is as above, so below, as you think it, so it becomes. The Magician also stands before the altar of creation, so is seen. People are seeing your power, and they definitely are. They are underestimating the power of your conviction. Okay, so just know that. You are astoundingly strong, all right? Utilize that power with the Emperor. What you touch, it's kind of like having the Midas touch. What you touch turns to gold. What you touch becomes valuable. And even if it only becomes valuable to you, that is something worth taking note of. It then leads you to being able to, Spirit is saying, manipulate reality. But it's not really, well, it can be manipulating reality through the power of your mind and your thoughts and your convictions and your hard work and your dedication. But it's not going to be that manipulating reality in a way that we'd really like to. That's super easy and super quick and, oh my gosh, super fun type of way. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes, it takes the connection of a lifetime. And with the Magician, you see yourself changing, becoming, and embracing. You see yourself standing there and gaining an understanding, gaining a realization, gaining a truth that felt lost, or that felt like a mystery that was never going to be revealed to you. It then leads you to the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man here just sees things differently than everybody else. In the public arena, you are going to feel at times like an outsider looking in. Why? Because all your cards are almost major arcana cards. I mean, all your cards but 2 are major arcana cards. And that is so intense. That is so powerful. So yes, you aren't going to be seeing things like everybody else. It's absurd to think that you would be. And as you see things differently, as you see situations differently, it doesn't mean that you're wrong. You're going to think, oh my gosh, here I go again. I'm wrong. I'm jumping to conclusions or, whatever. And it's like, no, you're not. You're seeing behind the veil. You're touching into spirit. You're seeing something so much more. You're embracing your emotional truth. You're listening to your heart, your soul, and yourself. It's powerful. It really is powerful. And it leads you to a place in a way that you hadn't expected, but that is where you need to be. And you're going to find that spirit is guiding you there. And divinity is saying, follow me. Follow me and I will guide you. In the most unbelievable way. And on a journey that is severely unexpected. So let's go deeper. Virgo, Show me more deeply for Virgo. September 1st to the 15th, 2020. Show me more deeply for Virgo. September 1st to the 15th, 2020. Show me more deeply for Virgo. September 1st to the 15th, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. Now let's see the people you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Virgo needs to be mindful of? September 1st to the 15th, 2020. Who are the people Virgo needs to be mindful of? September 1st to the 15th, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right, these three. We have here the moon. This is a Pisces energy, a time frame of February 19th to March 20th. And remember, these people do not have to be people that we know. The moon here is showing me fear. And that is like the biggest hurdle for Pisces, is fear. But this is somebody who sees the shadows and sees monsters, right? And this is somebody who isn't learning to see the fear and face it anyway. And this could be a fearmonger, like somebody who just kind of feeds fear, who makes you doubt, who makes you afraid, who makes you overwhelmed. And this is a person you just cannot listen to. I mean, it could be a Pisces energy, but this is somebody who I just see them really, truly embracing fear and kind of getting a kick out of it. So I'm not really, I'm doubting this person is actually a Pisces, all right? This is more of a person who, because Pisces get scared and they kind of keep it to themselves and let it eat themselves up. This is a person who could have a lot of Pisces in their chart somewhere, right? Or like in the way that they communicate. And they're really going off of fear here. And they do get a kick out of it. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody who's going to come across as very haughty, who you're going to think, oh wow, you think you're better than me, don't you? And here's the thing, they're not really thinking that. They might think that a little bit. Air sign energies can. But they are really caught up in their own world. And so they're not really seeing yours. They're just not. They're seeing theirs. And that's what they're really concerned with. And then we have the Star card. This is Aquarius energy, time frame of January 20th to February 18th. This is somebody who is looking at their own world and their own self. This is somebody who is very busy with what they want to create and doesn't really have time for you or really time for anybody. So just be mindful of that. This person can come across as like very helpful, and then because you put your trust in them, very selfish. We have the Sun. I love it. Okay, good. Now some normal cards. The Three of Wands, the Knight of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. The Seven of Wands, the Hanged Man, Judgment. So you have the Hanged Man in both decks now. You have the Two of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So the Sun starts off here with blessings. The Sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. And here you have a sunbird. Here you have blessings and beauty and just breathtakingness. You do. And people are going to see this about you as you're starting this journey. And they're going to want you to fail. They are. They're going to think, why can't I be successful? And if you succeed, I won't. And that's not cool, first of all. But it is going to be how they see things. So just be very mindful of that. As you embrace the Sun, don't let them diminish the blessings that you are embodying and that you are taking. But do know that energy is going to be out there. And you are going to be very receptive to any negative energy, also any positive energy. So they have a nice way of balancing each other out. But the negative energy sticks just a little bit more, as negativity does. So here, there is this sense of blessings and power and beauty that guides. And you have the Three of Wands. You're looking at your future. You're looking at the way that you want to move forward. And at times here, it can feel overwhelming with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups here, you have the boat, you have the cup falling into the water, you have this Leviathan, you have the sea serpent. And there's a sense of, as I move forward, am I making the right decisions? Will I be able to guard and protect what I truly want? And the answer is you will be, but you will not be doing it on your own. And that is something that you have to know. The Knight of Cups not in the minor arcana, but yes, it's part of the minor arcana. But in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Knight of Cups is a knight that moves astoundingly slowly. It's the second slowest moving knight. And it's saying here, the waters do get rocky. Emotions do run high and get intense. There is a beauty to the way that you move. And there is a sharpness to the lessons in life. Stay true to your heart and keep your emotions centered. And you will find that you move more honestly and more quickly than you had imagined. It then leads you to the Seven of Wands. You're going to want to fight every battle. Every hurt, every disappointment that comes your way during this time, you're going to sit there and be like, I need to defend myself against it. I need to, I'm going to take it personally. You might not say to yourself, I'm going to take it personally, but you take it personally because it is such an intense time. This is saying don't be a rug, most definitely. But also, stand in your truth, stand in your power, stand in your glory, and don't fight every fight because it'll just drain you. And your heart is headed towards much greater things than being drained by fools. You see things differently. You see strength differently. You see hurts and pains differently. You're seeing the way that your world is forming through very different eyes. And that is beautiful. And that is beautiful, but it's also going to make you question, why aren't I like everybody else? Why is this so much harder than it needs to be? What is going on here? And so you're looking at things differently. You're looking at things honestly. And for your heart to see it honestly is to see it powerfully and truthfully. And it leads you to judgment. It leads you to a rising up by your angels, by your spirit guides. It leads you to sitting there and saying, I have risen from the ashes. And the ashes of ignorance, the ashes of doubts and fears, the ashes of anger, the ashes of hurts and pains, the ashes that would not let me forgive, to embrace a new truth and a new self. And with the Judgment card, a lot of people sit there and say, Dane, I don't want to rise from the ashes anymore. I'm done. But here's the thing. Every morning when you wake up, you rise from the ashes. Every day, you rise from the ashes of the last. And that is powerful. And that is beautiful. And this is you. And it moves you. It moves you to the Two of Coins. It moves you in the public arena to needing to balance the heart and the power of self. And the Two of Pentacles, it talks about truth. It talks about understanding. Because in this world, we try to balance so much, right? We're like master jugglers. Sometimes not so masterful. But we forget about ourselves. And we forget that if we don't watch our own balance, and if we topple while we're juggling, everything falls. Everything falls to the ground. And so be fair to you as you juggle. Be fair to you as you look deeply at what you want and what you desire, and the weights that you're putting on your shoulders, the balls that you're trying to keep in the air. And if you don't look at your footing, if you don't look at yourself, you'll never find a balance. And you'll never find the rhythm. So make sure that as you look at your prosperity, and as you move in prosperity, make sure you have a strong core, a strong center, a strong sense of balance to guide you. With your strength and with your magic, with this understanding. Embrace love. This is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Love and truth. Honor and brilliance. Compassion and love. They're what move you during this time. And they're what you embrace. There's something beautiful here. And it can be a person who's a very giving, very loving, very compassionate soul. And this person, this person you see as the world opens, okay, as you look at things. They see things differently than everybody else. This is not the type of person you would meet, in a crowded anywhere, really. Maybe a crowded library or a crowded cafe. This is a person who stands outside and looks in, okay? And that's going to be kind of where they've become used to. So if you are meeting this person, Virgo, and some of you are, all right, it's going to be work. It is going to be work to really get to know them. Also for you, it is going to be work during this time for people to really get to know you. Because there is this beauty, this love, this compassion, this understanding that is powerful, but it's also very different. And there's a healing that's coming over you. It leads you to the Ace of Swords. Now, you are taking it in a way because you do have the King of Swords here, and in the light Seer's deck, right? The main deck that we used. But here, you're not really taking this gift quite yet, because I do not have a court card of the swords or the Magician here. So again, you're kind of taking it because the Magician is in this line, but again, kind of not. So this is permeating every single thing that you're doing. New ideas, new inspirations, new everything is coming forward. This sense of a clear mind and a distinct power. And as you cut through doubts and fears, as you stand in your truth and what you want from life, as you look at things openly and honestly for yourself, knowledge comes in. And you're going to see a pathway you never thought possible. You're going to see a power that almost felt denied to you before coming forward. This is a gift from God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, that cuts through the doubts and the fears. That cuts through so much and leaves a clarity that is crystal clear and can be overwhelming at times. Let's see what your spirit animals have to say about this time. Virgo, September 1st to the 15th, 2020, Virgo. September 1st to the 15th, 2020, Virgo. September 1st to the 15th, 2020, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. So we have the porcupine spirit, time for a beginner's mind. And that is a saying in Buddhism, time for a beginner's mind. It's time to look at things with new eyes. Not as if, been there, done that, kind of got the t-shirt. It's look at things and not bringing the past into the present. And that is astoundingly hard. And then we have the bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery. Life is a mystery. And we always want the answers. We want to solve it. We want to sit there and say, I have a plan. I know exactly where I'll be, 5, 10, 15 years down the road. Everything is all set up. Fantastic. Fantastic. At least that is very much my desire within this world. I would love that, But life is a mystery. That no matter how much is given, how many gifts and beautiful sense of understanding, the mystery is never fully solved. And so here, Virgo, accept the mystery as it is. A beautiful, sometimes unwelcome gift from divinity, but one that shapes our lives in a profound and exquisite way. Let's see what your subconscious message is. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. To others, yes, but also to yourself. Give with gratitude and grace. Your subconscious people message. The Chariot. Cancer energy shining through again. Determination within love. A daring for destiny. And a powerful push forward. There's energy in this reading. There's energy that is moving you forward during this time. You might not see it right away. It might happen even years down the road. And you're like, wow, this time here really affected things, to come. Be ready for a ride. Be ready for it. Your subconscious chakra message is rebirth. Transformation. That's why you've gotten the death card twice, right? Because you are reborn and transformed. And it is gorgeous. Your subconscious tarot message. The sun. In both decks now, you have the sun. Beauty and prosperity, light and joy and happiness that warms you to your core. Embrace it. Hold your arms open to it and rejoice in it. It's beautiful. And to go deeper into this subconscious message of joy and celebration is the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is a happiness that cannot be reversed. It can't be. It is a beauty, it is a light and a love. It is an exquisiteness that you've been waiting for. This could be new job opportunities. This could be new ideas coming your way. This could be a new romance coming forward. This could be a myriad of things that make you want to sing, that make you want to dance, that make you want to laugh with joy and happiness. It doesn't have to be big. It could be very, very small. But it touches your heart in a way that is quite profound. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation. Once again, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of positive energy, an embracing of our souls and ourselves, a protection over ourselves, a guidance from Spirit and our angels as we move forward, leading us to joy and happiness during this profoundly intense and profoundly powerful time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and harmony, Virgo.